Night changes cities, some hide them, others reveal them. And there are places where sunset is just the beginning, where the light doesn't come from the sun, but from the city itself. This video is for them, for cities that glow, breathe, and come alive after dark. Cities where the views are so strong that even if you've seen them in a photo, they look like another dimension in person. It's not just a nice night view, it's a feeling that hits you in the chest when you see it for the first time. We'll pass through places where the light reflects off skyscrapers, in the seas, in mountains, in fog. And each location will be not only beautiful, but also practical for the tourist. Where to stand, when to go, what to avoid, and how to see the best of the night city without unnecessary effort. And yes, there will be a bonus at the end. Short but golden, a hack on how to photograph night views so that they don't look like they were taken with a potato. We are starting. Hong Kong, the city where the light never stops. Hong Kong is a place you have to see after dark. There's no other city where the skyscrapers, harbor, and mountain ranges work together as a single system of light. The best view is from Victoria Peak. There you can see the entire city below you, like a living ball of neon, fog, and reflections. You can get to the top by peak tram, bus, or on foot. For a cleaner view, choose late evening after 9 p.m., when the tourists are fewer and the humidity is lower. There are two areas, the free area and the paid sky terrace. The free one is more than enough for most people. The other nighttime highlight is Tsim Sha Tsui Promenade. You stand against the entire Hong Kong Island skyline and watch a light display that doesn't seem real. At 8 p.m., the Symphony of Lights begins, a show that's not just important for the lasers, but for how well it shows the scale of the city. Practical advice: the weather here is fickle. If there is fog, the view from the top is lost, so check the cloud cover before you go. And bring a light jacket. The wind is stronger up there than on the street. Hong Kong is a city that lives 24 hours a day, but its nighttime appearance is another universe, and it is completely accessible even for a tourist on a short stay. Singapore, a night city that looks like it's designed from the future. Singapore is a city that shows its best side after dark. The most impressive view is around Marina Bay, where the skyscrapers and the Marina Bay Sands Hotel form an almost perfect symmetry on the water. For tourists, the most convenient point is Merlion Park, free, central, and with a perfect angle to the entire bay. Don't miss the Super Tree Grove at Gardens by the Bay. The Garden Rhapsody light show transforms the metal structures into a futuristic forest and is completely free. If you want a high perspective, the Sky Park observation deck is a solid option, but realistically, the clearest shots come from bay level. Practical detail: the humidity is high in the evening, so the lens often fogs up. And choose a weekday evening if you can. Weekends are noticeably more crowded. Singapore at night is a tidy energy, futuristic, bright, and easily accessible to any tourist. Next comes a city with which we change the style. Here, the night views are more chaos and pulse than symmetry. Tokyo, Japan, the city where the night is never dark. Tokyo doesn't offer one night view. It offers dozens. The most powerful is Shibuya Sky, a viewing platform atop a skyscraper from which you can see the entire city glowing like a web of energy. It's the purest perspective of Tokyo's scale, with no cables, no clutter, just endless lights. On the ground, the scene is different. Shinjuku is a chaos of neon, noise, and non-stop movement. For the most iconic view, stand in front of Kabukicho. There, the night seems like a visual explosion. Omoide Yokocho, minutes away, gives the opposite feeling: narrow streets, low light, and an atmosphere that seems to have been taken from the past. Practical tip: Shibuya Sky's view is clearest around 7 to 8 p.m., before the larger crowds gather. Avoid overly humid evenings in Shinjuku. The humidity blurs the neon and makes taking photos more difficult. Tokyo is a city that doesn't just glow, it pulsates. The nighttime views here are a combination of infinity, noise, and energy that has no equal. Queenstown, New Zealand, a night where the mountains shine without shining. Queenstown is not a city of neon. It is a city of nocturnal silence. The most powerful view is from the shores of Lake Wakatipu, where the city lights are reflected in the dark water, and the Remarkables Mountains form a silhouette that seems unreal pure. It is a night view without noise, without chaos, just calm depth. The best place for tourists is around Marine Parade. From there you can see the whole bay, and if the weather is clear, the light from the city mixes with the stars, a rare thing for an urban area. Another good angle is from Queenstown Hill at night, but you should allow some time for the climb. Practical tip: temperatures drop sharply after dark, even in summer. Bring a coat and gloves if you plan to stay long for photos. The wind by the lake can suddenly pick up, so choose a stable place for a tripod or shoot handheld. Queenstown is a place where the night view is minimalist but powerful, a beauty that comes from contrasts, not lights. Dubai, UAE. The city that shines as if it's competing with the stars. Dubai after dark is a visual treat. The skyscrapers light up like separate stages, and the Burj Khalifa becomes a giant screen that changes colors and animations. The most powerful view for tourists is from the Dubai Mall waterfront, where you can see the entire skyline of downtown Dubai combined with the fountain show, one of the most impressive nighttime shows in the world. If you want a view from above, at the top, Burj Khalifa offers a panorama that looks like a 3D map. The perspective is clear without obstacles, but it's best to book for after 7 p.m. Then the city is already fully lit up and the air is clearer. Practical tip: Dubai's humidity in the evening can cause a slight haze in the lower areas, so stand closer to the lights or shoot from a higher point. If you're shooting a fountain show, stand to the side, not head on. That way you can see the background behind the fountains better. Paris, France. The city that glows slowly but stays in your head. Paris at night doesn't need neon or tall facades. It relies on light that's warm rather than bright. The strongest view is around Trocadero, where you can see the Eiffel Tower at its full height. Every hour on the hour, it starts to sparkle with hundreds of tiny sparks. A brief show, but enough to remember the place forever. Another great angle is along the Seine River. You can walk along the quays or take a short evening boat ride. The water reflects the yellow bridge lights and creates a sense of a city in no hurry. There's no visual chaos here. There's an ordered beauty. Practical tip: the best views are between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. when the crowds thin out but the tower is still clearly visible. Avoid foggy evenings. Paris looks romantic in the fog, but it's a nightmare for photos. Paris is a classic city at night. It doesn't shock you, it doesn't take your breath away. It draws you in with its even light, calmness, and the feeling of standing in a painting. And while Paris glows quietly, the next destination does the exact opposite. There, the night explodes over the ocean. Copacabana Beach, Rio de Janeiro. The night the sky explodes over the ocean. Copacabana is a normal beach during the day, but on New Year's Eve it transforms into one of the most spectacular nighttime sights in the world. The entire 4-kilometer stretch of beach is packed with people, and at exactly midnight the sky is lit up by a huge fireworks display launched from boats in the bay. The reflections on the water make the view even more dramatic. The best area is between Posto 3 and Posto 5, where you can see the center of the show and have room to move. The crowds are massive, so it's wise to arrive at least 2 hours in advance. The local tradition is for everyone to wear white, which creates a unique atmosphere when the huge crowd is lit up by lightning and fireworks. Practical tip: stay away from the stages right on the beach. They look tempting, but block the best views. Wear something light and comfortable and keep your phone in a waterproof case. The ocean humidity is real, especially after midnight. New Year's Eve at Copacabana is more than just a party. It's a spectacle that combines sea, fireworks, and an energy you won't find anywhere else. And if Rio explodes the sky with fireworks, the next place does the opposite. There, the night view is not an explosion, but a quiet light arranged on rocks above the sea. Santorini, Greece. The island that lights up like an amphitheater above the sea. Santorini is famous for its sunsets, but the real magic comes an hour later. When the sky darkens, the towns of Fira and Oia light up like terraced amphitheaters above the caldera. This is not your typical city night view. Here you see thousands of small lights arranged on the rocks, reflected in the sea below. The best spot for tourists is in Oia, around the old castle. But if you want a more relaxed and equally powerful experience, Fira offers fewer crowds and more places with clear views of the caldera. The path between the two towns is also an excellent option in the evening, but choose a section with good lighting. Practical tip: bring a light layer of clothing. Evenings can be cool even in summer. And if you're taking photos, avoid direct zoom. The distance and small lights look best from a wide angle. Santorini offers a night view that's not stunning in brightness, but in composition. The feeling of looking at a lively, sparkling town perched on the edge of a volcano. And with that final nighttime perspective, we come to the bonus. Bonus: how to shoot night scenes that look real, not the blurry ones. Everyone uploads. Night scenes are difficult to capture not because of the light, but because of the lack of it. The most important hack is simple: stabilize your camera on anything that is stationary. A railing, a wall, a bench. Most blurry shots come from micro vibrations, not the technique. The second hack: turn the exposure down a little. This way the light stays sharp, not blown out. Phones overcompensate in dark conditions, which is why night shots look flat. And finally, shoot 2 to 3 seconds before people walk in front of you, not after. In night locations, movement looks chaotic and ruins the line of the shot. The right timing is more important than the right setting. Simple hacks, but they make a huge difference, especially if you want a view that really conveys the feeling you had on the spot. Nightscapes aren't just about light, they're about feeling. Each city in this video showcases a different kind of night. Hong Kong, energy. Singapore, symmetry. Tokyo, pulse. Queenstown, silence. Dubai, spectacle. Paris, heat. Rio, explosion. Santorini, tranquility. And if these places have anything in common, it's this: night changes them. It makes them more honest, clearer, more alive. That's why nightscapes stick in your head longer than daytime ones. There's no distraction, no noise, no details to cover up weak spots. Just light and contrast. If this video has given you an idea, inspiration, or just a desire to see a city after dark, then mission accomplished. The journey is most powerful when you feel it, and nightscapes do just that. They stop you. They pull you in. And they remind you how big the world is when the sun goes down. TravelWise doesn't show places. It shows feelings. Subscribe to the channel if you want more destinations that are not cliches and are not for tourists who travel for a photo. We are looking for places that stay with you. Write in the comments. Which city impressed you the most at night? And which one is the next one you want to see? The next video is already being prepared, and it will shine even brighter.